While we were all looking again at Carly Russell, again, I always tell you how the media loves to take our attention away from stuff. Did you know that there was a 14-year-old girl found in the barracks at Camp Pendleton?
I told you that.
I heard about that.
Oh, you knew about
This
that.
is an old story.
Yeah.
What's the deal with her now?
A 14-year-old girl was found in the barracks at the California Marine Corps base last month.
The base.
2 weeks after her grandmother in San Diego reported she had run away from home, and a Marine was detained for questioning, officials said Monday. The Marine has since been released to his command while federal law enforcement officials investigate. Marine Captain Charles Palmer of the 1st Marine Logistics Group of Camp Pendleton, about 40 miles north of San Diego. It was unclear how the girl and the Marine came into contact before military police found her in the barracks during the daytime on June 28th. 14. Mm-hmm. According to the San Diego Sheriff's Department, her grandmother reported her missing on June 13th and told authorities she had run away from home 4 days earlier. The teen's information was entered into multiple missing persons databases, including the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. She was found on the base. Authorities returned the girl to her grandmother, according to the Sheriff's Department. The claim the 14-year-old is Native American and was violated. Mm-hmm. She had been sold to the soldier for the S word, adding that she believes the military is trying to cover up the incident. Military officials say they could not release any other details, including the age or rank of the Marine. The case has been handed over to the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, the federal agency of charge investigating the Navy and the Marine Corps thing. 14 years old, sold. Mm-hmm. Trafficking. That's trafficking.
Yeah, but my thing
on a Marine Corps
that's
base.
What I'm saying. That trafficking young girls and military don't fit, do that? Not American military. Maybe in other countries, I don't know. That's an oxymoron.
And how did she even get in?
Trafficking U.S. military. That don't fit.
And how was she in the barracks? How did she walk in?
I don't know. Did she run away?
But how did she get in there?
I don't know. That's why they're investigating. They've been talking about this since June.
What, Mom?
She ran away before. She has a history. But in spite of her history of running away, I don't know what happened with her involvement with the military guys.
Okay.
That don't make sense to me. And if any of them was involved with violating her, we say the word V again, they need to be stripped of being
let's stay on the Native American trail, because you had mentioned a while ago we was talking about them teaching Black people skills. Apparently, we're supposed to thank them. Just I guess the Native Americans are supposed to thank them too, like you said.
But y'all better be glad we took over this country.
So she was Native American. Here's another thing that took our mind off of this while Carly Russell was going on. Dig begins for remains of children at a long-closed Native American boarding school. Archaeologists are digging in a central Nebraska field, trying to find the bodies of children who were buried more than a century ago at a Native American boarding school. What happened there? In a remote patch of long-closed Native American boarding school near a canal, some railroad tracks, Nebraska State archaeologists and 2 teammates filled buckets with dirt and shift through as if they were searching for gold. They're trying to find bodies of children who died at the school and who have been lost for decades. A mystery that archaeologists aim to unravel as they dig in a central Nebraska field that was part of the campus a century ago. How many unmarked grave sites are there of Native Americans probably?
I don't even know. You could imagine when you just disregarded as human and treated bad.
It was part of a national system of more than 400 Native American boarding schools that attempted to assimilate Native American people into white culture by separating children from their families and cutting them off from their heritage. Same thing. They took their kids away from them too.
Yep.
Are you going to teach that in his? Are you going to come up with some positive DeSantis and reteach that history too?
He's not going to talk about Native Americans because they'll say you are benefiting from what the country is doing for you now.
But what about all the hundreds of kids that's buried?
They won't talk about that. That's what they're doing with our history. They're trying to cover up that. They're going to talk about the good that came out of helping Native Americans. You can go to school for free and maybe free medical. Look, they benefited from us coming to this country.
It says it was the home of 600 students from more than 40 tribes across the country.
See how we digging up a lot of ugly history.
600 students taken away from their families, from 40 tribes in this country. This country, this is our history. And they finding their bones buried under the school.
Mm-hmm. So, and then we watch these old Western shows where the Native Americans, they was always didn't like the white man. Pale face. We don't trust him. And they would always, you see some of those shows. I'll watch these old Western shows, or even the newer movies where the Native Americans, that was their territory, and they had to have approval to come through. What was is it Dancing with Wolves? Wasn't that a big Native American movie?
It said, go ahead,
keep going.
It said 49 of the children killed, but not be able to find the names of 37 students. The bodies of some of those children were returned to their homes, but others are believed to have been buried on the school grounds at a location long ago forgotten.
Yep.
And just for you transgenders, they don't have stuff attached to them, and they'll find out what kind of, was it a male or a female?
Okay. You had to throw that in there
because what's the biological difference between a man and a woman?
You can open up a person's body and tell that. If nothing on the outside is
they not only know that, they know they were children. They weren't short people. They can do scientific stuff
and know your sex. Yeah. If you're a boy or male or female. Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
And not know, I don't know. Was that a they? Was that a they that was buried under the school, perhaps?
It was a them.
What was the surname that bone is?
It don't matter. Oh my gosh.
No, It was a little boy around this amount of age. Mm-hmm. We're scientists. We're not dummies. We're not dingbats. We're able to use stuff to find out what these things are.
Right.
Not hair and breasts.
They can even tell by your skeleton, right?
Yeah.
They can tell even scientists is remarkable.
Not that she had implants. Was this a boy at one time with implants?
Oh well.
It's a boy.
Okay. This is sad though that they came across that.
All right. So. Oh Lord, what y'all talking about?
Go back to Wendy when she came to the doctor. Said she came from the doctor.
Drew says hello all. True says assault and trafficking has been an issue on the base.
That's not good to say that.
They were trying to pass legislation to have the crimes investigated by an outside body because the military handles their crimes eternally.
Like our friend's brother who died on one of the ships.
Well, that movie with what's his name?
And their investigation.
Oh, this is real.
This is real. My friend's brother died on one of those on the Navy ships.
Yeah.
It was a
internal investigation.
One of them did it. And they didn't go any further with giving the family the explanation. But it's almost like A Few Good Men.
That's what I said, like the movie.
Yeah, like the movie. He died under the.
Did you order the code red, son? You live in a. Did you order the code red? You know what? You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. You know what? So you can have your nice little dinner parties. I'd rather you just say thank you.
I love that movie.
Did you order the correct? You got
I felt bad for
But he's right.
I felt bad
Son, you don't want to know the truth. You want to know that slaves learned blacksmith during slavery. You don't want to know that feet was cut off, some of them.
Yes.
He's in there with one arm that you took from him.
It don't matter. You don't want to know that. That's the ugly side. That's what he was doing in The Few Good Men. And the sad thing is the two soldiers that he ordered it, they got stripped.
But he's right.
They wanted to listen to their superior.
He's right.
That's what Trump's trying to do.
You don't want to know. That's what DeSantis, son.
Oh my God.
You don't want to know that. No. Learn the good parts. They learn how to make pancakes and slaves.
And take the cotton that they picked and make clothes from it. Wow, they learned how to sew.
You wouldn't have all these black people doing these fashions if they didn't learn from slavery.
Thank you.
How to turn cotton into cloth.
Yes.
You don't want to know the truth.
Yes.
You don't want to know their hands was bloody while they was picking the cotton, do you? You can't talk about that at your fancy dinner party.
Make the kids
That's
cry.
the same thing the movie's saying.
That'll make the little kids cry. You want to tell them the good things about what happened in our history. Go ahead. Oh, Lord.
You don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Remember the movie? Birthing no babies.
Okay.
I birthed your baby. You don't want to know about the 18 kids she was breeded to have and was taken from her. But you want to know that she helped you raise your child.
Yes. Definitely raised them. Oh.
All right, I'm done.
Go ahead.
Let me see. I wonder if DeSantis put a... Oh, y'all going quick. Let me go back up. True says, which often leaves the victims' cases up to their abusers. Yep, and friends. Scarlett says, I wonder if DeSantis can put a positive spin on that.
His background is not all that squeaky clean either.
He would say, if we didn't take these 600 Native American kids from these 40 tribes and try to assimilate them and teach them white culture, we wouldn't have America. They'd be riding around now on horses. Y'all should be
scalping
glad.
everybody.
Scalping everybody.
And breathe and praying to the earth.
If it wasn't for us, you guys would still be living in teepees.
Yeah. You needed us.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Oh, that was probably one of his best movies, other than The Shining.
True says, sad we have to find a way to keep accurate history alive. And I fault Black people for that.
Well, they said
if you don't teach your own history, who you think gonna teach it for you?
They said that council group in Florida, there was some Blacks on that group that made that decision. They probably, you know how you always become the token Black if you're the only one at your job in the group. They all look at you. Should we put an ape on the credit gift card?
Yeah, sure. I don't know nothing about.
I think you should. It wouldn't be no problem putting the ape on there.
I don't know.
You're speaking for all the Black people.
So if you don't learn, Black people, your hands aren't unclean. Again, if you're gonna teach history, teach it.
Teach it.
All of
realness, the ugly.
You dropped the ball.
The good, the bad, the ugly. Teach it all.
You dropped the ball. Yeah. You expect somebody to teach your history?
What you
feel. Jewish people teach their history. Yes. They don't expect it to be taught in school.
Yes. They do teach at home.
They teach it at home.
And whether they stay with it or not, like your friend, like
it don't matter. Howard Stern.
He
had to learn it.
He still
does it. No. He said useless information, but I had to learn it.
Bill Maher. I'm sure they all had to.
You have to.
Bar mitzvah, everything. They had to learn what the Torah, everything. Moses, the Exodus, the different holidays and the traditions.
Yes. What you do with it after we look, that's you.
Yes.
But you're going to learn it, son.
It's instilled in them. Yes.
And if you say anything about us, we're going to rip you a new one. Like we did Kanye West.
What did you say about you?
Why would you be mad at a group of people for destroying somebody that's talking about them?
Thank you.
I wish we did.
I know. I wish we.
You talk about black people.
Right.
Oh, you will never be on television again. We coming after you.
We're not together even.
No.
When you think of anything that's negative with Jews, they come at you.
They gonna come. You will not be.
They'll cancel you.
We own all these studios.
Yeah, you're right.
We own the studios. We own the TV. We own this. You think you gonna get on there and just say whatever you want to say about us and think we're not gonna destroy you? Yeah. You out of your mind.
Yeah, that's sad. We're not even together on a cause. This is a cause to help our people move
black
forward.
People, I fought you.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
what,
Ma? She said the NAACP trying to do something.
No, I told Kim. I said there are groups out there that this will stir them up, but we don't have the unfortunately we don't have the history that Jews have when it comes to religion.
Right.
When it comes to the Torah and all of that happened to them, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they teach that. We're separated.
We did. We used to teach church, but then people kept saying white Jesus.
That's the white man's God. So, that's the white man's Jesus.
See, so then we separated.
He's a Jew. How is he a white man?
No, because the way that they presented Christ with hair and blue eyes and all of that stuff. Yeah. Okay, Wendy says, did you already talk about Pee Wee Herman? Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Everybody's saying hi to each other. True says, I haven't served, Scarlett. I was just referencing a recent document of a soldier named Vanessa Gullion. Scarlett says, I served for 3 weeks. Really?
Ooh, okay. Some people.
Scarlett said, okay, 32. True says, well, thank you for your service. Yeah, thank you, Scarlett. Mm-hmm. Scarlett said, compared to the outside civilian cases, the military takes more action and a higher percentage. True says, well, you would know firsthand better than me. True says, but I did hear there were a lot of issues at Fort Hood. Scarlett says, but yes, there is a cover-up, but not from the investigators. That is usually done by an independent appointed individual. Mm-hmm. And then True says, is the appointed official a military official? And she says, or an external law enforcement agency. Mm-hmm.
Because the government takes care of its own.
Oh, Scarlett said 32 years.
I know my old roommate.
Sir, 32 years.
My old roommate worked for the government. And we were talking about you know how civilian, right? It's either government or civilian. Mm-hmm. My stories were different than hers when it came to racism and issues with her coworkers and how they handle it on her government job. I told her, I said, if you were going through that on my job, they'll be fired.
Yeah.
It would be no, let's talk and let's think about it, whatever. And hers, they do investigations. That person may be moved around.
Right.
They won't be let go right away. And I sat there and I said, that's why a lot of people don't trust our government.
Yeah.
They don't trust our government because we have our own rules and regulations with how we handle our workers. Military is handled differently.
Yeah.
And people sit there and go, but in the civilian world, we get cut down right away if we did some of the stuff that y'all do in the government.
Well, look at Trump.
But I did learn that from her. And I said, wow, your world is different.
Trump keeps saying, they coming after me, they'll be coming after you next. He's a moron. They're not coming after me because I didn't hide papers and files in my toilet. He said
that what he's going through is for them. He's letting the people know that support him. I'm being the scapegoat for y'all. They coming at me, but they really want to think about it. And the people sitting there going, yeah, you're right. Well, I don't like them even more.
Any person that's black that sits and listens to him is a moron because they've been coming after black leaders. We supposed to go, oh, wow, what a light bulb. The light bulb came on when you said that, Trump.
Yeah.
We didn't know that. We didn't know the FBI targets black leaders. Wow, it's good that you're going through that because we didn't know that.
We didn't realize
they wasn't after Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or anybody. Mm-hmm. No, just you. You're the first one. You've opened that door for all of us to see.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Big dummy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now I'll skip this other story. I'll do that tomorrow.
You going donkey?
Donkey of the day. You always want to know who's